I made plastic for my hydroponic. Biodegradable plastic, or bioplastic. It looks and feels like plastic. There's a few drawbacks we'll talk about later, but unlike traditional plastic, these are edible. They're made out of things like corn, sugar, glycerin, vinegar, and water. I'm going to show you a couple that I played around with, and also some commercial made ones that show a lot of promise. Let's get started. Now we use plastic in hydroponics to hold water, and we like it because it's cheap and easy to work with. Not like other natural material like stone, glass, wood, or metal. So it seems like the perfect fit. But some people are concerned about it leaching into the plants they're growing. The good news is they're working on biodegradable options. And I saw some people made some online years ago, so I want to give it a try. I watched a few videos and found out it wasn't very many ingredients. A little water, vinegar, glycerin, and cornstarch. I just took all that stuff and mixed it together. Then I turned on the heat. Kept stirring. It only took a couple of minutes. Then I spread it as even as I could on a silicone mat. Now you can let this sit for 3 days, but I put mine in a dehydrator. It was done in about 6 hours. Now this is pretty cool for just a little bit of cornstarch, vinegar, water, glycerin. We made something that resembles plastic. Now this is real plastic. It's made out of oil and petroleum products. People like it because it's cheap, easy to work with, it's durable, but it's still made out of oil. Blech. Here's our bioplastic. It's made out of corn. So it's not as strong as real plastic, but there is promise. When you crumble it up, it doesn't stick to itself like cornstarch would. So it's actually turned into plastic. Some kind of sciencey thing. I made another batch and made this one thicker. And it felt like a really heavy duty shower curtain. It's pretty impressed. It's really kind of fun. So I'm thinking of all the possibilities that we can use this with. We just have to find the limitations of it. Then that got me thinking about fiberglass. You put fibers in resin and it comes out really strong. So I cooked up another batch and I just laid gauze bandage in it. It came out looking pretty cool. Looks like fiberglass, but it's really flexible. This one came out really strong. I'm surprised at how tough it is. Now, I did this one in 2 layers, and I did have a little issue with it sticking to itself, so it kind of peeled in some areas. Just something else I have to work with. But this was so tough, I thought, what if you did several layers and put it together? Now, that's really strong. Now I'm thinking of all the things you could put in here to make it stronger. Then I saw one video where they actually put seeds in it. Can you imagine that? Having a disposable bag, you use it for shopping, and there's little seeds encased in it. So when you're done, if you throw it away, it decomposes really quick. You might have a lot of plants growing. Now this wouldn't be ideal for large seeds, but it's a cool idea. Now all of those were kind of opaque, so I made one out of gelatin. And it came out really clear. It's tough too, not as strong as the cornstarch one, but it didn't stick to itself and acts like plastic too. Lots of things to work with, lots of ideas. You can mess with the ratios, get different characteristics. So, are you guys getting any ideas yet? If not, here's a cup. Everybody's seen these? And they're made out of oil too. We go through millions of these a year. Yuck. Here's the cup. Believe it or not, it's made out of sugar cane. Bagasse. Now it feels like the plastic cup, If you look on the bottom, there's a recycle number. Number 7, PLA, polylactic acid. Now this means it's compostable, but it needs to be in a special facility. And if it gets in with the regular recyclables, it messes things up. The other problem is, there's not a lot of facilities that are made to compost this material. So that doesn't help. Now take this bag. It's compostable. And right here it says, okay to compost at home. This means it breaks down naturally without any special conditions. You pretty much can bury this in your backyard. This one feels like plastic. It's stretchy. But one of its limitations is water. If it stays wet too long, it disintegrates, which is kind of what we want. And here's a zipper bag made of plants, biodegradable, easy to use. It's tough, but only with dry stuff. So that's our limitation with all of this stuff. And the problem is, hydroponics is water. So I want to see how long these guys would hold water. So I put them in a bucket, filled them up, and these two have been sitting in here for 2 weeks. They haven't dissolved yet. So that's promising. That's long enough for microgreens. Now if it can go 4 or 5 weeks, this is going to be good for baby greens. So this gets me excited. I saw videos show how tough this stuff is when they pull it like this. But not many of them show you it can tear pretty easy. That's another limitation. And if you have hot water, it doesn't take long at all, and it starts to degrade. It's good for nature. It's not really good for shopping in the rain though. Within just a couple of seconds, it gets a little slimy. And also once it gets wet, it loses its strength, just like rice paper. So there's got to be something out there. And this is something else I've been working with. It's sugar-based. We'll talk about this in another video, but I'm really liking this because it's tough. Feels like hard plastic. It can sit in the water. It doesn't dissolve. Holds its shape. It's got waterproof. I set some water in it for about a week. So lots of things to think about. So I know when I said plastic free, everyone just thought of wood, glass, metal, stone. Nobody mentioned bioplastic. I think everybody brushed it off the past couple years with all the bad rap it's got. And it might not be good to replace all plastic, but maybe it's good enough for our hydroponics. Now let me ask you this. Here's a cup. You can grow a plant in it, but it's made out of oil. And here's a cup. You can also grow a plant in it. This one's made out of sugar cane. Both are tough to recycle. One might be compostable. But if you had to grow your plant in one of those, would it be the one made out of this? Or the one you could eat? Which would you choose? Yeah, me too. Alright, this is just the beginning of the experiments. There's all kinds of things we can do with this. I just wanted to share this with you guys so you can see what's going on and also to get your creative juices going. Heck, some of you out there might think of 100 different things that I didn't think of. So the experiments continue, and as we learn things, we share, help each other, lift, inspire, keep on growing, be the change. We'll catch you guys next time.